Welcome back to Revit Basics. Now, today is materials. Okay, so we've all set up our own wall structures and changed the material, but setting up your own material is a whole different process. So, if you go to Manage, you go to Materials, it'll open up this interface. Okay, I'm just going to close this drop down. Now here is our whole list of materials that are available in our project currently. Okay, now I would like to create my own material, upload my own image. Okay, so first off, pick a material that has an image loaded onto it. So if you click on it, you go to Appearance, you'll see here it has an image. Okay, so I'm going to use Brick Common and I'm going to duplicate. So here at the bottom, if you click on that, it'll ask you what do you want. So create new material, yes. I actually want to duplicate this material and I want to change this material. Okay, so duplicate material and assets. There we go. Now it says Common 1. I would like to create a material, my own timber, okay, a timber material, so we can use it as timber flooring, etc. Okay, so I'm going to call it unku underscore timber. There we go. So identity, if you go to identity, you'll see there's the name. Description is currently common brick. Let's make it this is wood. I swear. Class would be timber. And then if you go to graphics, now we can change this up. So I want this, when it cuts, I want this to display as wood. So okay. And I want the background to be yellow. Okay, and the foreground, let's change that. Is there a, there's a wood grain, but that's quite aggressive. Oh, fine, yes, let's take that. I'm actually going to make that grey instead of black. There we go. And the color, I would pick for this to be like a very, very, very subtle yellow. We can actually go for a brown, possibly. Move that more towards yellow so we can have like a tan looking. There we go, that looks about right. Great. And appearance, now you can then add in your image. So first off, we can click on this and see what this looks like. Okay, if you click on the drop down, you can edit image, okay, which is this. Okay, and if you click here on source, it'll open up the back end of Revit where you have a list of all the materials. Now I don't want to choose from that material list. I would like to pick my own material. Sorry. So I'm going to go and find my material that I've already downloaded. Okay, so I'm going to go to my downloads where I've already placed it. There we go, wood material 1. I'm going to say open. There it is. So my advice to you would be pick the flattest image you can find. What I mean by that is as little shading as possible. So no bright spots and no dark spots. Okay, that'll make the material appear better. Okay. Now you can play around with all of these to try and make this tile look a bit better and fit nicer. Okay. I'm going to say done, leave it as is. I'll come back and check it out later. Now let's just change some of this other identity. Now if you can, unfinished, I want this to be matte. And what is the reflective relief pattern? Currently it is this wood. I actually want to go and pick that timber one that I downloaded. There we go. Okay, and physical, thermal. You can go and find all of this information online if you would like to, but this in my case is not important. So I'm going to say apply and OK. Now I have my own material set up. Okay, now I want to show you a different tool. So if you go to modify, there's a small little option over here that says paint. It is PT on your keyboard. I'm going to select that. It'll open up a big list of materials. So I'm going to go pick the wood material I just made. It's Anku. There we go. Anku timber. There it is. You can select it. Now you can select an element to paint. So if you select that wall, there we go. There is my timber material in action. Okay. So inside my house, you'll see that wall's now timber. That is how the paint tool works. Okay. So you can then go and paint elements. Okay. So if you want to add a paint finish to a specific wall within your home, this is the way to do it. Okay. If we go and open up this wall, okay, we say edit, you'll see that it has not changed the build-up of this wall. Okay. There we go. That is materials.